Hi guys, and welcome back to World of Tanks, and I'm continuing towards the Leopard 1, so this is the one that's on my Xbox account, and I'm in the Indien-Panzer. I'm still very up and down in the Indien-Panzer. I've never had I don't know what you'd call a really decent game, where it just sort of clicks and you figure it out. I kind of know how it should be used. I just sometimes have difficulty using it that way because I just get a bit impatient, etc. But yeah, I don't know. It sort of, yeah, very, very up and down in it. So I might have quite an alright game. A couple of thousand damage, that sort of thing, maybe a bit more. And then the next game I'll do like 200 damage and get killed within the first minute, sort of thing. So yeah, like I say, very up and down. And I don't know with the Indien-Panzer. I can see its benefits. I know that the tracks can eat a lot of damage if you use it right, and it does have very good gun depression. The gun's not bad as well for a medium. I do still feel it's a bit sluggish, and yeah, I keep getting lag spikes on the Xbox, and I don't seem to get them on PlayStation. But yeah, it does seem a little bit sluggish still, and but I can definitely see its benefits, and it's one of those tanks that I think I want to like it, but I'm still not sure if I do, if you see what I mean. And it, like I say, I'm not saying it's a bad tank or anything like that. It's just maybe not my sort of thing. I've got tanks that I am crapping, but I love them. I've got tanks that I'm crapping and I hate them. It's one of those. But with the Indien-Panzer, I think I want to like it, and it does have some decent features. I'm just not entirely sure if I do like it just yet. And I seem to get awful matchmaking in it as well. I see mostly tier 9 and 10 games rather than anything else. I mean, yesterday I think I was top tier twice out of maybe 10 or 15 games, easy. And the others I was either bottom tier or mid tier. You see, that's the thing with the matchmaking, you can't be bottom tier more than 2 games in a row, unless there are sort of extenuating circumstances. There's not enough people on, that sort of thing. But yeah, you can't be bottom tier more than 2 in a row, but you can be mid tier seemingly as many times as it wants you to. And I'd get like 2 tier 10 games, think, oh, thankfully I'm not going to be bottom tier next time, and I'd be in a tier 9 game, and normally quite heavily tier 9. And it's like, well, at least I'm not bottom tier, but then again, I'm not top. And yeah, this Martian, this gets a bit close. Yeah, he reversed into me and knocked my tracks off, and I was just trying to get out of his way to get a shot in to try and finish him off, and there we go. And yeah, I got a bit... I thought I was going to take a shot in the side then from that T10, but he's on very, very low ammo. I really naff up my shot, lag spiked again, and I have to wait for him, but luckily that one did go where I wanted it to. That was very, very lucky. And I probably would have had him just before that if it weren't for that lag spike. And then Artie, he tries to take me down. Reverse a bit to try and get a shot on Artie. Wait for the aim. Probably should have taken the shot anyway, just in case, but didn't. And now I'm going to try and work my way down this side to deal with Artie. Now, most of the tanks that are left on our team, I can't quite see them on the radar, whether they're buried under that big blob of enemy tanks in the town there, I'm not entirely sure, but they are starting to just die down one after another. In fact, a couple of 3 just went then, sort of one after another, in a bit of a flurry of friendly deaths, unfortunately. And I know that Artie's down here somewhere. Oh, I can just clip him. That was nice that I went on target. I thought he may have moved, actually. May have moved forward a bit and I might have missed that one. And I know that Artie's down there somewhere and he's going to be waiting for me, so that's why I'm backing off and try and come at him from a slightly different position. And even though he's probably going to be aiming at roughly where I'm going to be coming from, with me coming at him from a slightly different position, a bit closer, it may hopefully just throw him off. And I might be able to do something about it. Although, yeah, the enemy team, we have pulled a couple back, but it's still in their favour. And And he just misses me as I get a shot in. And I saw the Waffenträger too late. Yeah, I did see him. I just saw him too late to basically do anything about it, and I was just hoping that I might get another shot into the RT before the Waffenträger killed me. But that one was a defeat, unfortunately. Just under 2,000 damage done. Not a great round. One of the better ones I had yesterday, though, which is why I showed that one. And I was surprised at the Reaper, and I had to think about it. But then again, the Martian, because somebody else hit it in between me shooting it, then it was the T10 and then that medium that I managed to take down. But yeah, I was surprised about that one. And surprised that I came top as well. I know it was a lower tier in a higher tier match, but I really didn't really do any spotter, didn't really block anything, and didn't really do a great deal of damage. And there were people that did a lot more, so I was very, very surprised I came top. But that's just an example of some of the other matches I did yesterday. Very, very poor matches. And this one as well, on Himmelsdorf, which just went wrong. There were a couple of us working that ridge, but there were far more enemy tanks that came up and over than friendlies. And yeah, it just got to a point where, yeah, we're in trouble. They've rushed past. They know the teammates are coming as well, which is why they just rushed past and left me. Then I get rammed and just taken out by the enemies, not the friendlies, the enemies coming over the top of the hill. So yeah, the results screen there and that one were just an example of some of the poorer matches that I did yesterday. This one, again, not bad. It's a tier 10 game. Don't come top of the table. You do okay. I think a couple of thousand damage or just over, but it's just to show that you see, you know, and I know a lot of people out there aren't happy with the matchmaking, and you know, they say that you shouldn't see 2 tiers higher and what have you. And there are certain tanks that are more frustrating than others when you get, you know, when you are bottom tier, when you do see sort of 2 tiers higher. But it is doable. You've just really got to change your play style, and you'll find that most tanks, no matter how tough they are, how good they are, when they're top tier or even mid tier, when they are bottom tier, 9 out of 10 times, you're going to have to play it completely differently and play it very, very defensively and cautiously. I don't mean defensively as in sort of stay back and just defend base, but I mean sort of as though every single thing that hits you will pen. That's the best way to treat it. And most of the time that is the case. You know, like a Tiger 2, top tier, very, very tough tank. A lot of things that you'll come up against when you are top tier will struggle to pen it. Plain and simple. Unless they're aiming for weak spots, that sort of thing. But you get into a tier 9 match, a lot of things in there are going to pen quite easily. Tier 10, everything's going to pen you. So, you know, you play it as such. And I mean, I suppose with the Indien-Panzer, most games that you're in, you have to treat everything as though whatever's going to hit you is going to pen you. So it's not too bad. But like I said, I kind of use this one, not because it's a great game or I do great damage. I mean, you know, the road to the Leopard 1 or, you know, essentially road to tier 10 series are just me grinding through it, telling you what I think about these tanks and sort of showing you how I've been getting on with them. You know, it's not all about, you know, the great games and the ace tankers and everything. It's nice when they happen, and I will show it when it happens. It just hasn't. But it's just, you know, like I say, I've used this one because I'm in a tier 8 medium, I'm in a tier 10 game, and it's just to show you that if you play it cautiously, you know, you can do alright in there. You know, it's not just sort of, you know, heart sinking, I feel like giving up at the beginning of the match sort of thing. And, you know, everybody feels like sometimes. I feel like sometimes, you know, still if I'm in a certain tanks, if I go into a match and end up bottom tier, I just think, oh, here we go. You know, and you just think, I'm just going to have to work a lot harder to, one, to just stay alive, and two, to actually do any damage. And that's what it is, but you've just got to change the way you play that tank when you're bottom tier. And that's why I'm staying right back here, trying to keep enemy tanks on the extreme of my render range, letting my teammates spot for me and trying to sort of snipe and put shots in here and there. Because I know that if I get close up or if I come across a tier 10, you know, there's going to be tanks in here that could kill me in a couple of hits, for example. I mean, to give you an example, what have I got? 1300 health. Well, look at the tier 9 T30. 750 average damage. So 2 shots, I'm dead. You know, that sort of thing. So that's why you've got to play it a lot more cautiously, like I say, and generally stay back and provide that second line support. Because you'll see I've not sat back sniping at stuff from one position. I'm moving up with the friendly team, but like I say, I'm just staying at that extreme of the sort of the render range so that my team are spotting enemy tanks. I can shoot at them, but I'm not getting spotted in return, and I can just sort of put these shells in. And I must admit, you know, I'm the first to fail at playing like this a lot of the time when I'm bottom tier, because I generally am a bit too impatient, and I want to get in there and sort of, you know, start knocking heads, etc. And you know, I have the best intentions of getting in there and knocking heads, but I generally just get in there and get my arse handed to me, and then go back to the garage and play something else, and just think, oh, great. But it's one of those things. But like I said before, I think I want to like the Indien-Panzer. I just don't know if I do like it, but I can see its merits. I can see why some people do like it and do very well in it. Ooh, that was a nasty one. Took a hit from that Panzer 7 over there. I can't remember if I didn't notice him or if I noticed him and thought that he couldn't actually shoot at me because of where he was, but he'd backed off and managed to get a shot at me. So I've waited until I've dropped off radar, and I'm trying to get into a position where he can't shoot at me from that side, but I can shoot at these guys down here because I can't really get any shots in at him up there. But he's spotted me again. I can't hit the tortoise. Try and get into a position where I can. I don't want to block the medium and the heavies behind me because they were putting shots in down here as well. And here we go. Oh, bat chat coming around. Enemy Indien-Panzer. Managed to get one into the bat chat. I'm assuming he's reloading because he's not fired yet. Missed that one, probably because I was on the move. Yeah, he's now reloaded, so I've got to be very, very careful because he's going to be able to take me down with what's in his clip. And again, he was moving too quick for me to aim at him that way through the gun sight. And I'm not going to sit here, I'm going to keep moving, try and make it as awkward as possible for him. Did I? Yeah, I just managed to reverse back into him and it took his track off, which slowed him down just a second. I missed him though, but the rest of the team took him out and saved my noob ass. And there we go. So yeah, not too bad, just over 2,000 damage. Not too savage for a tier 8 and a tier 10. Could have been a lot better, and you know, if I was a better player in the Indien-Panzer, it may have been. But I got a Confederate as well, so I was quite happy with that result, you know, considering the games that I'd been having yesterday in it. But there you go anyway. I hope you've enjoyed that one. I'll be back with another video tomorrow, most likely. So until then, take care out there, and I will catch you next time. See you later.